Welcome back, guys, and thank you guys for joining me in this video today. This will be a video on Diamond Dynasty and the things I like about it this year and the things I don't like about it so much. There are some pretty big things, but I don't think it should be something that takes away the enjoyment of the game. It's just some things here and there that kind of just get on my nerves and makes me not enjoy it as much as I would, prefer to. So, things I enjoy, I really like the whole system this year with players and how they feel. It's pretty interesting how they did over here on the pitchers. I think it's really interesting how they did energy bars so people can't just constantly use, a 90 plus pitcher. If they have a 90 plus pitcher, they can use it for like 2 games and then they have to switch so they can replenish their player's energy. So I think that's a really cool thing. I also like how the new system for hitting is in the game with the how much contact you make and the timing on the contact if it's good. Both of those are perfect. You'll get a really good grounder, liner, or fly ball. I think that's a really cool system. I also like how the game feels like it really interacts with players and the ball and stuff. I think those are all really cool. Some things I don't enjoy now. I definitely feel like there's some inconsistency when it comes to who you're matched up against, for one, and lag. I feel like there's a latency issue. Pitching in this game, I like it and don't like it. Something I don't like is you can be really accurate with your timing, and I feel like the players have a tendency to really miss where they're going. There have been cases where I have a perfect pitch and it still moves a good 4, 5, 6 inches left, right, up, or down from where I wanted it originally. And in a lot of cases, I'll have like a slider that I want to come back into play, and it'll go the complete wrong way, sometimes going as far as to almost hit the player I'm trying to throw it back into, or in other cases it just flies right back out and doesn't come back into the box, and they clearly won't go after it. So there's some things I like with pitching and some things I don't. Another thing that I think is a little weird is passing this year. Instead of just pressing the button where you need to go and holding it for like a faster, longer kind of thing, or shorter, they did a thing with timing, which I think will give it a little more competitiveness and skill requirement, but at the same time I think it's a little unnecessary to have it. So I really don't like the passing. But let me go back to the inconsistency of the game when it comes to latency and stuff. Now, I've played 10 to 15 matches, right, of this year's. I haven't played too much. I've been doing mostly Road to the Show or Play Now with a bunch of friends. Play Now also has kind of the same inconsistency. I would consider myself having really good internet. I usually have less than 30, 40 ping on like most of my games I play, like Modern Warfare and stuff. But for some reason on this game, I feel like there's always, like at least during each and every single game, there's some part where it chops up. For me at least, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but for me at least, I'll have moments where somebody's pitching to me and then the ball chops through the air and it causes me to be late because there was a little choppiness to the screen and the ball like kind of, it looked like it lagged through the air. And same thing goes with timing. When it comes to being pitched, when somebody pitches and sometimes when you're pitching, is when I see it the most. Somebody pitches to you, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to hit this ball. It's a four-seamer. It's relatively in the center. And all of a sudden, you swing and it's very late. And you're like, okay, well, why is it very late? Well, it's because you're behind on ping and the ball did go through faster than you thought because you just have high ping for whatever reason. So one thing I just really don't like is the ping, because for instance when you're also pitching, sometimes it'll lag a little bit, and you'll be like really off on your accuracy, and you're gonna pitch really bad, and if the servers are having issues and stuff, it makes it less fun for me to play Diamond Dynasty if I know I'm going to go into a match and I'm going to get screwed over a little bit because there's going to be some lag that messes up my pitching or my hitting. So that's just one thing I really don't like about the server kind of thing issue right now. Another thing is, I feel like there's a difference between a team overall and team rating. I feel like sometimes, before I had, you can see on here with my team, I got 4 diamonds. One's really high, 3 of them are 86s, and then I got all golds other than that. So if we look back here, it says I have an 82 overall team. Okay, that's cool. If we look here, I'm a 259 rating. I've won more than I've lost. I think I'm like 7. I'm like 8-6 or something like that right now. So I played about 14 games. I'm 8-6, and one thing I've noticed is that back when my team was like a 79 overall, 80 overall, and I had mostly golds and I had a couple silvers, and I had like 1 or maybe 2 diamonds, I would get matched up with people that had teams with 5, 6, 7 diamonds, and that's just really kind of annoying for someone who is only like a 79 overall for their squad, and just because they went up against a couple people that were around their overall, like in my case, I ended up being 3-1 right off the start because I had people around my overall, and I was just better than them. But after 4 or 5 games, I would start getting put with people that were clearly had better teams than me, whatever the reason was, because they were buying players or whatever. But I think there has to be a balance between team overall and like actual rating. I feel like if I'm over here with a 259 rating, they should find somebody within the range of my rating, but the team shouldn't be a lot higher than mine. There should be like a clear range. If I'm an 82 overall, they should find somebody that's between 80 and 84 overall. If I'm an 85 overall, they should find somebody between like 82, 83 and 87 or 88. Somebody around my stuff. And at the same time, when you do this, there's like a little bar that you can see that shows you, oh, okay, so if you want a harder match, the rating will go up or it will go down. But I don't think that should necessarily mean that you're going up against somebody that's 7, 8 overall higher than you just because they decided they wanted to purchase stuff, because it can kind of be pay to win. So for me, right, I haven't purchased anything this game. All the players I have here are from stubs I've earned in game, or I got them from moments and stuff like that. So everybody I have here is from that stuff. Other than that, I don't really have too many issues with Diamond Dynasty. I just think that the game needs a little bit of optimizing when it comes to Diamond Dynasty. Road to the Show feels so far the best it has in like any MLB game. It feels really smooth. The hitting's really nice. It definitely has a learning curve for very new people when it comes to like using zone and stuff. But it's really nice. I like what they did with the innings and the moments this year. I think it's really cool. But like I said, when it comes to Diamond Dynasty, I have, I just have some things I just really don't like about it. I'm not saying everybody experiences this. I have a friend I play now with, and he doesn't experience this lag most of the time when I'm getting it. So he doesn't really have any issues with it. But when it comes to me, at least, and a couple other friends I know, they get a little bit of inconsistency when it comes to that stuff, and it makes it unplayable at some points, because sometimes your player will throw a wild pitch even if you threw it like really accurately, and it'll go down the middle and he'll hit a home run. And then you're like, well, if it wasn't because of this lag, I would have, had a slightly more competitive and hard pitch for him, and he probably wouldn't have hit the home run, let alone get a hit or so. And so it kind of throws you over into this point where you're just like, man, I really like MLB, but I like playing Diamond Dynasty too, and I don't want to play a game that's very inconsistent and makes me not want to play it. So there's not much you can do really about it. But I just wanted to say, thank you guys so much for the recent support. I do want to make Diamond Dynasty videos. I was gonna make a Diamond Dynasty video earlier, but you know that game that I played and was recording made me want to make this episode, because I don't want to deal with all this BS on the hitting and the pitching and the passing and the inconsistency of the game. And I'm trying to make a video for you guys to enjoy, but I can't enjoy it if the game is being super inconsistent. So I just want to say thank you guys for the recent support. I'm definitely going to be trying making more videos on Diamond Dynasty Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I want to be making Road to the Show series Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can for you guys. If there's anything that comes up, I will leave a message saying, today I'm not going to be able to post, or I'm not going to be able to post at my regular time, which is somewhere around 2 to 4 is when I want to have it out. But I'll let you guys know if anything changes. Thank you guys so much for the recent support, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Road to the Show tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching.